Hi everybody, this is Judy at Nashville North Studios, and we're here today to talk to Jason Antonelli and share his works with you. He works on canvas and he works on paper. He works with paint and markers, as you can see here on the wall. His style changes over the years, as any good artist, as he incorporates new techniques, new paint. There's a lot of lines and angles. You can see certain things in his paintings, but as with all paintings, it's the eye of the viewer. So, in this room, he has a duo show with Tim Faherty. And here's some of Tim's work on this wall. And then we have an additional wall that marries their work. So that you can see in your home, you can have different styles of work that still complement each other and speak to each other. And I'm going to bring Jason in now, and he's going to sit down and talk to us. Jason, let's see, do we have him in the camera? Let me move it a little bit. Kind of cutting your head off, Jason. I'm going to move it a little further away and tilt it a little more. Everybody will be patient with us, I hope. Talk to me, Jason.
I like The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
That's a quote from A Christmas Story. Sorry.
Is it?
Things are not going to be very
Well, things
serious.
are always going to be good. Let me go out here and look at this side and see how it looks. So, you're going to need to move back a little bit.
We're professionals.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I can see your smiling face now. Okay, where's the papers?
We're challenged. Technically challenged here, but we're good.
So thank you. So Jason, we're here today to talk about your journey through art. And it all starts, I think every person, when we're a child, loves art. And some of us go there more than others. And then sometimes we're told not to be artists.
Right.
Is this what happened in your case?
It depends who you ask. If you ask me, yes, that's what happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because not particular people, but society tells us that we can't make any money doing art.
Mm-hmm.
So they groom you from a young age to become a robot and not go in that direction because you'll be out on the streets.
Yeah, and you wouldn't be able to support your family as a man, supposedly, do all those things. So we're turned away from art. We go out into the world and make our way.
Right.
And then we come to an aha moment,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes later in life. And you had an aha moment.
I did.
Yes. And you were in your 40s?
Yeah, I think I was like 45 probably.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 49 now.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe 44, 45.
Mm-hmm. And the story is that you walked into a store.
I walked into a Five Below, and I had been wanting to do painting for about a year.
Mm-hmm.
Like really, like I should try this. And when I walked into Five Below, they had the $5 paint acrylic sets, and I was like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this, and I bought it. And this is the actual sketchbook that I bought.
Uh-huh.
Probably like 4 or 5 years. I think it was 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And
so 2016, around 2016.
2016.
2017.
2017. Yeah, so 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm. And so you made some drawings, some quick little drawings then.
Yes,
paintings.
Well, my initial thing that I wanted to do was I seen somebody on Instagram doing these Mexican style Star Wars portraits, just very simple ones. I was like, oh, I could do that, no problem. So when I got home, I got out the paints and stuff, and I started, and I quickly discovered that that's not really true. That's not easy.
Yeah.
Because this is what my first thing that I did was this. I mean, I attempted to do Star Wars, but those went in the trash can really quick because I am an abstract person, and I just started throwing paints around in really no particular order, or, still what I do today. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. So I can show some of these, yeah.
Sure, of course.
Yeah, so as you can see, completely random. It's more like chicken scratch with a brush. Like mixing colors. Just, you get the idea. It just goes like
They're
that.
full of energy.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Some may say it's full of insane asylum techniques and things like that, but for me, that's what it was. It worked like this, and I don't know, just experimenting. You get the idea. They were all like that, but that's where I started 4 years ago.
4 years ago,
Yeah.
and so, but you weren't showing your work yet, of course. So this was something new, and you.
I put them on like Instagram, like I thought I was this big shot person. Like, oh, look what I did! And people started saying, "Oh, that's pretty good," but they were lying.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. People, I don't think they have to. This is a blind audition on Instagram and Facebook. You can't really see the people.
It gives you the courage to keep going. Like, okay, if somebody thinks that's cool, all right, I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
So that's...
The important thing is that you think it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just doing it.
Yeah.
I was just,
So very often I refer to Georgia O'Keeffe when I talk about art, because I studied her so much after I found out about her. And she was very educated in art, but wanted to forget everything she had been taught so she could paint her own way. And that's what you do. You paint your own way.
Yes, you have to unlearn what you have learned.
Yes.
Basically, that's the approach that I took. I had taken art all through high school. Every single art course they had, I took it. And that's where I derived my knowledge from, because I didn't study any artists or anything like that. I have my favorites, but, no one I would go out of the way for to go see or travel somewhere to see.
Except for Van Gogh, perhaps.
Well, I like Van Gogh because we have the same birthday, so that's...
Yes, and happy birthday, by the way. It was this week.
Yes.
Yes.
So, I like his work, but I like Dali's work better.
Okay.
Because it's craziness. Like, there's a bunch of rocks with naked girls, and then there's, clocks hanging down and all this. That's, like, my thinking is like, okay, yeah, I could totally see that.
So he reimagines.
Yes.
Yes. What we may be thinking.
Yes,
or
subconscious.
Interpreting. Yes. Different points of view.
Dream states and things like this.
Yes. So a lot of your work is line and shape.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm seeing some curves going into them too.
That's usually when I fall over, I make the... Oh, that looks good. No, seriously, I
Mhm.
just feel like I feel it. I'm not thinking about doing it.
Mhm.
I'm just unconsciously moving my arm and zigzag and this kind of thing.
So in the doing, you're almost channeling.
Yes, like she could be talking to me or someone could be talking to me, um, and I won't hear them because I'm so deep
Yes.
in making something happen.
Yes.
You know?
Now, your early works you said were gears.
Yeah, like gear,
Mhm.
like this. Because
Yes.
in my mind, things were always connected and turning,
Yes.
and so I would paint that.
Uh-huh.
I mean, to me, it looked like gears, but
Yes. It does look like gears.
some,
Yes.
yeah, mechanical.
Yes. Mhm.
That's what so that's where the line stuff derived from.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know if you can see in this one here or really the ones back there have lines in them.
Mhm.
That's where they derive from because I felt like things were moving, like clock pieces and things like this.
Mhm.
Not that I could design any mechanical machine or anything,
Mhm.
but in my mind, that it was just. And then it slowly worked into looser lines and circles and lines that go nowhere.
And color, different
Yes.
colors. Your palette changed a little bit.
Yes.
Mhm.
Although I am partial to pinks for some strange reason.
Mhm.
Pinks, some blues, purples.
Mhm.
I like
Do you
all that.
see graffiti in your work?
I do. I feel like there's graffiti in the work. I feel like that there's ancient monuments, things like this, like the Aztecs and that kind of thing
Mhm.
that are trying to break through.
Mhm.
Graffiti only in the sense that somebody made this nice graffiti piece that says, "Hello, people,"
Yes.
and then somebody came over and just did another piece over, so you can only see "Hello, people" just a little bit here and there
Yeah.
with the new piece on. And then somebody else came and put something else on top of that.
Yeah.
That's what my stuff looks like.
Yeah.
I think
Uh-huh.
it looks like that.
Uh-huh. And you're also working on your individual drawings here.
Yes.
I'll hand you a couple that I don't know. These are not done in any particular order, but see if any of those strike your fancy.
Well,
Here.
I started doing line drawings. I always did line drawings in high school. Any and all in class where the teacher gave us assignments,
Mm-hmm.
everybody had to follow the rules. But I always, because my name is Antonelli, I sat in the front. Regardless of what class I was in, I was always the first one. So I sat right in front of the teacher's desk and I developed a conversation that lasted all through the entire year in 11th grade. And then I had the same teacher in 12th grade, so that continued with me talking constantly while everybody was told to be quiet. So she would let me do the assignments abstractly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, say we're doing a floral thing, like a still life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I would do it. I would put all my little colors and things like this into it. But then she'd come over and say, okay, now I want you to cut it up with the scissors and I want you to paste the pieces down abstractly.
Uh-huh.
So this is the kind of thing that I got away with while everybody was forced to do the still life as a still life.
Mm-hmm. She
So-
sounds like a wonderful teacher.
Yes, Mrs. Duell. I think she's married now. No, that's her married name, Mrs. Marciano. So Mrs. Duell, she's still out there. She's still alive. When I was in the newspaper a couple of years ago, I messaged her husband on Facebook, and I said, "Look, I'm in the newspaper." That's like right around when I met you too.
Yeah.
That time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, these things are line drawings. This is upside down. I had neck surgery because I was in a car accident, and that's how I met Judy, because we went to the same rehab center, yes. Mm-hmm. And I was telling the chiropractor that I like to paint. And he goes, well, I've got another client here that has a gallery just down the street. I was like, are you serious? And so one day I was leaving and you were coming in, And that's how we met. And she introduced me to her studio here. I came down and I told Jim, I was like, I think I may have brought some pieces, and I said, this is what I do. This is Jasonism. You know, not this, but I would say I would bring this in or this or something. I said, and I called it Jasonism. That's the style.
Mm-hmm.
And I went around saying that for a couple of years, so I got tired of saying it, you know, because it was kind of goofy, and I didn't want it to, you know, 100 years from now, oh, that's a Jasonism.
Mm-hmm.
No. So anyways, I had surgery because I had vertebrae fused, and I couldn't move much. So instead of painting or whatever, I needed something to do while I sat there for a couple of weeks. So I started drawing, and using markers, and that's my line work got really crazy, or more refined, I should say, than in the paintings, because you can actually see them. There's Yoda. That was probably one of the first ones I did when I started drawing, because I was watching The Mandalorian and I just couldn't help but love Yoda, baby Yoda.
Everybody loves Yoda.
And then I just started doing more crazy stuff.
It almost harkens back to you in high school when you cut up
Yes.
your piece.
I remember doing, like, we would have to draw somebody in the class. I remember doing their picture, but I only gave them one eye.
Yes.
Like, and I still put only one eye in the picture.
Yeah.
And it was hanging on the wall for quite a long time because it really looked like the girl. I wish I kept it,
Ah.
but I didn't keep any of my high school stuff because I moved around a lot.
Well, it's hard to keep everything.
So yeah, so that's what I do a lot of these.
A lot of all artists' work is based on experience in life
Mm-hmm.
and what we have to get through or overcome. And I think this helps you create even better things than you thought possible. For instance, 4 years ago, you went into that store and bought your tablet, made some drawings.
Yes.
And here you are today in the duo show at Nashville North Studios. And last night, you had a solo show opening at Gallery 50.
Yes.
So how exciting is in 4 short years?
I could not have predicted this because I would never have walked in here by myself and said, I'm an artist, because I struggled with that word when I was just doing this by myself for therapeutic reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not an artist. Those people are artists that are on Instagram. I'm not an artist.
Yeah.
But I guess I was an artist all my life, even though there was a 20-something year gap between high school and when I picked it up again. I was still thinking like an artist and not fitting in anywhere in the real world. So, yeah, I'm an artist now.
Yes, you are. Congratulations.
So it's very strange to be here. 4 years ago, I was in a very dark place, so now I'm in the light.
You are in the light. And you're shining on a lot of people right now. And you're inspiring people to not be confined to what they think that they should be, but maybe to adventure into what they could be, which is what you've done.
Yes.
Yes.
So the word I like to use a lot is hope. If I can do it, you can do it.
Uh-huh.
You know, whatever it is, if you like to ride motorcycles or whatever you like to do, build rockets in your backyard, you can do it. The only person stopping you is yourself.
Yes.
And that's most of my life, I was stopping myself until I broke free from the noise of the outside world telling me I couldn't do this or that. But now here I am, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Every day I'm doing it. I'm doing art.
Yeah. And you're inspiring your children too. You have a couple of kids, right? How many?
4.
4.
All boys.
All boys. And any of them going to be artists, you think?
they all do art to a degree, but they're in that part of their life where they're like I was, where you can't make money on doing art, so they do it on the side, kind of.
Yeah.
Not seriously.
But still dabbling.
Yeah, dabbling. But they'll eventually come around because it's in their soul. You know, if that's what they want to do, they'll. But I'm just trying to get people to do that, to not waste time, to follow your passion and go after it while you still have a chance when you're young. Not like us, where we had to go through this dark period of depression and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, for me, depression.
Well, turning your back on your true self can create chaos of all kinds. And coming into your own with art, as you said, puts hope out there. It puts joy out there.
Yeah.
And it makes us happy.
A lot of the things I do, I'm doing to amuse myself. Whether you realize it or not, there's a lot of hidden things, like even, I don't know, you can't see this one, but there's hidden things that I think are funny in these paintings that I put them in, that only I know that they're there. But so, you know, because I don't really watch much TV. I like to watch documentaries and things like this. My amusement and my entertainment is coming from myself every day.
Now that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So, to conclude this interview, would you say, in particular, you would like to invite people to come here and to Gallery 50 to see your works?
Yes. Come to any gallery that you're near. Near, far, whatever, to see everybody's works, not just mine, but Tim's and everybody else that's here. Judy's she's an amazing artist. I don't know how she does what she does. She must do magical paints or something because I can't do it.
Well, I can't do what you do either.
I know, people say that, which I can't understand because I'm basically just a little kid doing little kid art. You know? That's what an artist is the little kid. The society, you're born an artist, society makes you a robot. But for some reason I fought back and there's still a child deep inside here that's making all this stuff.
Well, we're going to have your work here on the walls until this month, mid-month. I think it's April 15th. And so we invite people to come most afternoons. We're here from Monday through Saturday in the afternoon. And if you want a private appointment to see Jason's work and Tim's work and all the other artists, in embracing differences, we welcome you and look forward to sharing this regional art with you. You may be very surprised at how talented the people in South Jersey are.
Very talented.
Very talented and very wonderful people.
I don't know how I wound up with these people.
They're very wonderful people. They're accepting and they're supportive. And we're all cheering each other on to continue our message through the arts.
Definitely.
And, so please give us a call and put our next fourth Friday on your schedule. We do a fourth Friday every month.
Right.
And the Big Bang, the Big Blue Ball and Earth Day are coming up at the end of this month. So
a lot of these could have gone in that
anything blue in this room do you see? Yes, it could fit into our next show.
Bye-bye.
So we want to say thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and bye-bye.
Judy's real. Bigfoot lives.